Let's see what we got going on here. Audio looks good, at least it's tracking. Alright. Alright, yep, we are good. Very good. Very good indeed. Got 2 minutes before we start the show. I'm just making sure all my information is up. And we're good. Alright. Getting everything going here. Garbage trucks. Texas. Hello there. Welcome to it. We're about to get started here in a minute. Give us 1 second, folks. We will be starting here in just a minute.
Currently, in Sacramento, it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit.
That means we are time.
Tonight, you can expect clear skies.
Alexa, turn off. That's a way of getting that going. Moab County Garbage Trucks. Welcome to the stream, y'all. We are going to get this going here. First, let's get our intro down. There we go. All right. We're starting off with this one. Welcome to the Trashman Matt show. I am Trashman Matt. Today's podcast is actually going to be a little interesting one. Today we're not going to be reporting the news or anything else. We're going to be telling a story written by yours truly. Now this story was written over the last basically year. I mean, if you were following me from last year, you would have heard me talk about it. It's called the Howling Wind. The Howling Wind takes it's from the perspective of Jack Dunham, corporal with the Imperial Timberland Ground Defense Forces, dispatched to assist in an evacuation while one train goes missing in the woods as a Category 5 typhoon approaches. His squad is dispatched out to look for this train. However, there's more things to worry about than just the storm. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. And I will be speaking in character, for this is taken from the perspective of Jack Dunham. Let's get in. So, where to start? I guess with me, Jack Dunham. Corporal. Well, I was a corporal at the time of this event. Imperial Timberland Ground Defense Forces. Status veteran. Full paid. Typhoon Katrina, Category 5, was moving directly for the coastline of the northern highlands of the Timberland Empire. We were called upon to assist in the evacuation. My squad, comprised of Sergeant Cooper, my squad lead. Uh, Myself, specialist, um, Ben Alvarez, private first class, Matt Dunham, no relations, but we do come from the same clan. And we had two privates fresh out of boot camp. That is Joseph Allen and James Ramirez. And Matt, we call him Doc because he's our squad medic. We were deployed to the town of Loop, a central hub of the Highlands. Don't ask me why, but it was a population of 8,000, and we were deployed to assist the train master who is at the station getting these evacuation trains in from the other smaller villages scattered throughout the Highlands. Due to weather conditions and also due to the roads being not so great, we were they relied heavily on train transportation up here in this part of the country. Also deployed with us was a infantry fighting vehicle Striker, which had two soldiers attached to it. Corporal Smith, who was the gunner and commander, and then Specialist Grant, who was a driver. Most of the day went off without a hitch. The evacuation was going well. The last train had departed from the terminal inbound to us. It was expected to get to our location about 2,000 hours. 2,000 hours came and went. Meanwhile, we were basically sitting around waiting for what's going on. And so Sergeant Cooper was a veteran like myself, and Doc from the war against the Noroks. And he was an excellent father figure to us, and kept us disciplined, kept us well. Alvarez has a 249 machine gun, and he thinks he's hot shit because he gets to carry the squad automatic weapon. And then there's our two shinies, as we call them. That is Ramirez and Allen. Two 18-year-olds fresh out of boot and don't know their ass from a hot rock, and too busy wanting to get drunk and stick their dick in something they shouldn't. So that basically assumes our squad. So what the fuck am I doing here? I don't know. But they told me to be here. I get paid to be here, so I'm here. So the station master came up to Sarge and myself and informed us, Sergeant, I had not heard from the train for over 20 minutes, and I lost contact with them, and I could have swore I heard screaming over the radio. Sergeant Cooper frowned. Screaming? Yes. The station master bowed her head. I believe something terrible may have happened. What's the last known coordinates? Parked the sergeant. She responds, about 7 miles outside the town, in the Fango Forest. Immediately, Doc looked over. Is there anything, like, why is the train would just stop out there? The station master responded, the power is down. We believe a relay station was hit by a tornado from one of the approaching outer bands of the typhoon. The Sarge goes, great. Now we got a missing train. How many bodies were on board, ma'am? Sorry, marked. The station master said the operator reported 50 passengers from the town of Delu. Delu was a small town on the extreme outskirts of the Highlands, very remote country, very difficult to get to, and there's only a place to get there by train. No surprise. We began to contemplate a plan, and we realized that the roads do not lead along the track, and the Striker infantry fighting vehicle is only not going to get us through the thick woods. It could get us within about 2 clicks from it, said Smith, but from there you'll have to hoof it. Sarge replies, that's fine, Corporal, just get us close enough, we'll get there, make sure to find out this train is operational or if anything actually did happen. Alright, mount up, barked the sergeant. As we go to mount up into the back of the striker, Ramirez is grabbed by the station attendant, the subordinate to the station master, and his girlfriend at the time. She looks directly into his eyes with tears. Don't go. People that go in that force don't come back. Ramirez just said, it'll be alright. It's probably just broke out of power. We'll tow it back. He reassured her and proceeded to mount up into the back of the striker. The rest of us mounted up into the striker, and as the draw door closed, we watched the faces of the station master, the assistant, and the two bus drivers that were there for the passengers as the door finally shut. The striker roared to life and began moving. Doc was reading an older folklore book, not really too familiar with. Alvarez, was looking like he was about to make love to his saw, while both Ramirez and Allen basically sit there with their heads down and nervous. The Sarge obviously had his head on the mission, wasn't saying much, and I kept my head on the mission as well, trying to figure out what could cause the train to lose power, or what could cause people to scream over the radio, but no communication. It was a quiet ride. But then Private Allen barks to life to the doc. Hey Doc, what was that writing on the station wall? Writing? What writing? I questioned. Doc says there was somebody scribbled something on the wall. And what did it say? Well, I couldn't read it, said Alan. It was in a different language. I'm not quite sure what it was. Doc responded, it was in Gaelic. Celtic language. Older language. You know this language? Asked Alan. Yes. It's my family's original tongue, said the doc. It said it hunts when the moon is full, and it is them. Cooper barked, got the chatter, and don't worry about some stupid local folklore. And then Ramirez goes on, this area is notorious for people going missing and everything else. Is it possible that could be something up here? I respond, nothing of that size that people try to say. I mean, it's the wilderness. People go missing up here all the time. They need something new. They die from exposure. They die from, falls, or maybe even get, that's basically it. I tried to reassure us all, even though it wasn't working, especially for me. I'm not the type to get spooked, but something just felt off about this. Suddenly the striker roared to a stop. Corporal Smith leaned out from the gunner pod and said, "This is as far as we go, gents. See you on the other side." The draw door drops and we dismount from the back of the striker, and we proceed on foot down the tracks. The further away we got to away from the striker, the engine noise faded, and the quiet kicked in. Nothing but our boots on the gravel. Not a damn thing, not the wind, not a cricket, nothing. It's dark. It's 9:30. The storm's gonna be here in about 2 hours. And yeah, it was like the forest was holding its breath. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I couldn't shake the feeling we were being watched. And as we were walking, I was bringing up the rear as Cooper was on point. Ramirez was right in front of me while Doc was right in front of him. Ramirez turned to me and asked, "Why is the forest so quiet?" I shuddered. I don't know, probably just a storm. I tried to reassure him, even though the hairs on the back of my neck told me otherwise. I heard somebody mumbling, and it took me a minute to realize that it was Doc. Doc was mumbling a phrase from a Gaelic song. I'll stand my ground. He kept mumbling to himself. It's a war song. I'll stand my ground. He was afraid. I was afraid. We were all afraid. The only person that was good enough to not show it was the Sarge. Smooth as a hammer. I know he was uneasy too, because he kept his finger on the trigger. The sergeant and I carried, and Doc also carried M4s. The Alvarez carried the squad automatic weapon, while both Allen and Ramirez carried the new Mark 16 scars that's being issued out. Lucky. We proceeded to move closer to the train. We began to see the silhouette of it in the distance, and the air just continued to get heavier and heavier. Something was wrong. We can all feel it. We finally made it to the train, which was a 4-car consist electrical motor, so there's no locomotive. It's all forward, just carriages powered by telegraph wires overhead. But the wires were down, and the telegraphs on the trains were destroyed. And the windows to the motorman's cab seemed to be busted in. Looks like a tree fell on him. From the outside, there was no indication, at least at the front, there was no indication that something was wrong. But I felt like we were being stalked. The Sarge barked, "Doc, Dunham, check the carriages. Ramirez with me on the left flank. Alvarez, Allen, right flank. Standard search." "Yes, Sarge," we all barked. I loaded a breaching charge to the main door in the motorman's cab, blew it open. Me and the doc entered the cab, and we found blood. Lots of blood. And something disturbing. Canine paw prints. Large. But this was odd. They were spaced out almost like it was bipedal. It didn't make much sense to me. We advanced into the passenger cabin of the carriage, searching. The chairs were ripped up, like claws been torn through and were biting. And it was just covered in blood. No bodies. No guts of any kind, or nothing obvious about a struggle or something. It's just blood splattered around. And now there was multiple pairs of paw prints. We proceeded into the second carriage, and the same. As we continued to search, looking for any type of survivors or nothing. We got to the third carriage and stumbled upon what remained of a makeshift barricade. It obviously didn't hold. And it looked like passengers attempted some type of last stand here, because there was pipes, a fire extinguisher, a machete, but still nobody. Got to the fifth carriage, and it was clean, spotless, like not like the other three. And we proceeded to the end of the carriage, which there's another motorman's cabin on the back of this one. Both the motorman's cabin door and the main door was open. A flashlight beamed in from the open door. I raised my rifle. Sarge said, "Dunham, it's me. Stand down." "Report." "No bodies. Lots of blood. And canine paw prints. Large ones. But something is odd." "Odd? Elaborate." Doc speaks up. "They're spaced out like something was walking on 2 feet, and there's several pairs of them, so there could be more than one." "A bipedal canine? Group of them? You know, that sounds insane." "It's what it is, Sarge. Look for yourself." I barked back at him. Suddenly, weapon splatter came from the right of the carriage. Doc and myself jump out, regrouping with Ramirez and the Sarge. We stack up. We rush the corner. We come around the corner to seeing Alvarez prone, looking out to the forest with his saw on his bipod out. He begins to fire and burst into the forest as Alan, holding the space, is crouched down behind him. His helmet is missing. We run to them. The sergeant orders Alvarez to stop firing and report. Alan sounded mad. He was just mumbling, "It's huge, it's huge, it's huge." And he's bleeding, like something had hit him over his face. Like deep lashes, like somebody hit him with a mace or something. Immediately Doc went to patching him up. Cooper yelled at Alvarez to get to explanation. Alvarez is not one to exaggerate. Hell, motherfucker thought he was Rambo. He said, "A werewolf, Sarge?" "Werewolf?" All of us barked. I began scanning the forest, my rifle raised, Ramirez as well. I started, "Makes sense, man." "No, it's true," groaned Alan as the doc continued to work on him. Like, where the paw prints? This is like a fucking movie, I mumbled to myself. Suddenly, something came barreling towards us. Alvarez yelled contact and opened up with the saw. I fired several rounds of my rifle, as well as the Sergeant Ramirez providing cover fire for Doc as he continues to treat on Alan. Suddenly, I heard a thump from the car behind us. I look up into the carriage, thinking there was maybe something moving around that we missed. I couldn't see anything. Then, suddenly, Ramirez starts screaming in agony. I turned and looked, and so did the Sarge, as a second black arm claws had him by his helmet and was pulling him up. Sarge and I dumped rounds into the creature that was. It yelped like a dog and retreated. Ramirez fell to the ground and began to panic. He jumped up, ran quickly, grabbing Alvarez away from the dock, and began to run back towards the direction of the striker. The dog gave chase, and so did I, while Sergeant Cooper and Alvarez picked up and followed us in the rear. The dog and I tackled Ramirez and got him straight, and we began to conduct a fighting retreat to try to get back to the striker. Alvarez was too wounded to participate. So we try to protect him as we begin our retreat. Contact right. Alvarez opens up. Contact left. The Sarge fires several suppressing rounds. We continue to fall back and conduct suppressing fire as we conduct a fighting retreat. They're fast. They're all around us. Suddenly I hear a thump and screaming, and I turn and look. There is Alan being dragged by his throat and his body armor. I attempt to fire at the creature dragging him, but it was too fast. I couldn't get it. Ramirez freaks out and goes dead, sprinting towards the direction of the striker. He gets picked off. The four of us remaining: Doc, Alvarez, Cooper, myself. We continue to conduct a fighting retreat. We're panicking. We're afraid. Hell, we pump these things full of lead and they keep getting up, coming right back at us. We started throwing frags. We threw flashbangs. Hell, I even fired an M3 recordless rifle at one of them, and I missed. We burned through our ammo. Then Alvarez got hit. The creature drug him away into the night. The three of us are left: Doc, Sergeant Cooper, and myself. The Doc and I were ahead as the Sarge provided cover fire. I hear him scream, and I hear an explosion from a frag grenade. I look, couldn't see him. I told the Doc to run as we ran in a dead sprint, firing, popping off rounds in general, trying to keep them honest, I guess. We were panicking. All the training had gone out the door at this moment. We were trained to fight wars, not beasts from comic books, not beasts from the nightmares. Suddenly, Doc screamed. I looked, and one of them had champed down on his shoulder and was starting to drag him back. I shot him with my 45, save him a gruesome death. But that was my last bullet. The pistol, my rifle was empty. I ditched my vest, I ditched my helmet, I ditched my rifle and my pistol, and drew my bayonet as I took up a defensive position behind a tree, waiting for my last stand, I guess. Suddenly, 5 of them approached. The biggest one was about at least 8 foot tall. Jet black fur, head of a shepherd, yellow eyes, staring at me with an intelligence, a malicious intelligence that I've never seen before. And a fucking evil smirk, like this was a game to them. They began taking up positions on my left and from right, but not attacking yet. I was their prey, and I was cornered, and they knew it. But then suddenly, I began to hear a rumbling noise. It got louder and louder, and it sounded like a train approaching. But then the wind began to pick up, and the trees began to snap. I jumped to the ground, realizing it was a tornado. The tornado tore through right where we were at. I got picked up and was thrown, and a tree fell on me, pinning me to the ground. The wind began to subside. My legs broken and pinned under the trunk. I couldn't move. For 10 minutes, At least that's what it felt like. It got quiet. No more beasts. No werewolves. Just me. The crack of thunder. The flash of lightning. But then, suddenly, I hear heavy footsteps approaching. Too heavy to be a man. And suddenly I feel the shifting of the trunk. And that big bastard was back. Them yellow eyes and that evil smirk. Shit. This is it. Suddenly I hear a loud clacking noise and a zipping sound flies over my head. And I see splats of blood as flesh is being torn apart and the creature yelps. And then the head explodes in a bloody mist. And it falls down. I look from the direction of where it just came from. And I hear the rumbling of the striker approaching. And the smoke barreling from its 50 cal heavy machine gun. Shit. I'm relieved. The striker stopped, and Corporal Smith dismounts, runs to me. Dunham! Dunham, where's the rest? They're gone. We'll get you out. Hold on. Both Private Grant and Corporal Smith used the striker to unpin me from the tree. And then we got the hell out of that forest. Immediately after I was in the triage tents, I was surrounded by suits and brass from the Imperial Army and the Imperial Intelligence Bureau. They basically told me that this event was classified and your squad was killed by the tornado. Speak of any of this and your benefits will be voided and you'll be thrown in a mental hospital. PTSD. Can you believe that shit? These guys, whatever. Some bullshit cover story, right? Well, now, one thing's for sure. I know what happened that night. And so do you. Alright, that's our short story for this episode. What you guys think of it? Give you guys a chance to respond. A second here, I'm trying. So, no comments on the story. You guys like it? Think it was shit? What? Alright, hold on, guys. So, alright, let's get into another part. So, we follow for today. No incidences. Yeah, it was a pretty smooth day. I picked up 820 cans, and I was done by 2 o'clock. Route wasn't too heavy. Did it in 2 loads. And Garland, happy Juneteenth to you as well. When I got back to the transfer, we had some ice cream and we had some leftover nachos from the group earlier. And I mean, we're drivers. We're not above leftovers. So we got to have some dinner and then come home and have some dinner. So that's basically what was today's menu. What else do we have happen today? Anything of importance? Nope. Nothing, and I have nothing new to report on that part. And let's see. We have Garbage Trucks Garland, Mr. Diamond is in. Can you make a Hop Review Cam video soon? Probably next week, Diamond. I'll work on it next week because we're a little busy this week on At least when it comes to me trying to have time to actually do it. Yeah, because Fridays are not my. I'm too busy on Fridays to actually do something like that. But maybe on Tuesday I can do it. So, all right. And what else we got going on here? Well, one second here. So let's follow up with. All right, what happened here? Oh, there we go. Okay, we're still good. I'm moving my screens around real quick so I can get some better things going for you guys. So, alright, since we followed up on that story, I mean, it's my story that I'm sticking with right now. It's a small story, nothing too bad. And let's see. Hurricane Eric made landfall as a Category 4 in Mexico before rapidly dissipating. No new reports of any typhoons or anything to be watching. Severe weather-wise, we did have a PDS tornado warning in the Pennsylvania area that may have not been anything, according to some of the people I follow, that were aware of it. What happened here? Okay, Storm Prediction Center is acting up. So, let's do this. Fire weather watch has been issued for the Sacramento Valley. That's for windy conditions. And currently right now we have slight risks up in the Dakotas, Michigan, Carolinas, coast, and basically all of New England coastline. Severe thunderstorm watches are still in effect for those areas as this afternoon continues. I got one tornado report, 475 wind reports, and 35 hail reports on the day. So tomorrow, thunderstorm forecast is we do have an enhanced risk for North Dakota and western Minnesota. And looks like central Minnesota as well. And the hazards are we have a 5% tornado hash in that area, a 30% wind hash with a significant also on there. And we also have a 30% hail core and also a significant hash over there between Wisconsin and Montana. So, slight risk is also for Wisconsin and the peninsula of Michigan. That is for tomorrow's. General thunderstorms along the west Pacific Northwest, and as well as looks like Arizona, part of southeastern Arizona, Colorado, Nebraska, and New Mexico. And then we have thunderstorm possibilities in the south and also in the upper Midwest into New York. General thunderstorms, no severe risk possible in those areas, at least as it sits right now. On Saturday, we're looking at a marginal risk for basically the northern United States, and that currently sits at a 5%. Let you be a mod. Give me a minute. When I get through the reports, I'll do that for you. So we got red flag warnings in effect still for most of, or all of Nevada, Utah, northern Arizona, western New Mexico, and Colorado. As well as excessive heat warnings are in effect for eastern Nebraska, western Iowa, and most of Minnesota. Yeah. A lot of wild weather going on right now. And what we're looking at weather-wise. Hold on one second. Let me look at that again. Yeah, it looks like you might be in an excessive heat warning, but it doesn't look like a red flag warning for your area, but it looks possible. Let me zoom in. Yeah, there's a red flag warning for your area. There's also a high wind warning in effect for near Barstow. Interesting. So yeah, looking like dry, hot, and windy, and fires could start very easily. Surprisingly. And also, speaking of fires, Governor Newsom has said that majority of the National Guard troops that would be used to fight wildfires are sitting in Los Angeles right now. Well, not to tell you how to do your job, I'm going to tell him how to do his job. How about you hire firefighters and stop supplementing them with the National Guard? But we ain't going to talk about that, right? And Trump gives 2 weeks before he threatens to attack Iran. By the way, that's a new update. Iran attacked some hospitals in Israel, and Israel's calling for a regime change. Protesters in Los Angeles at the Dodgers Stadium stopped ICE from entering the facility. And that's another thing. And currently we have Pacer leads final NBA game 6, first quarter at the Thunders. Sweet. Yeah. Trump gave 90. I haven't heard nothing about that yet, but given it's Trump, I wouldn't be surprised. Another news: the Chinese Communist Party signed a deal with Sac State for their universities. So basically, China's now controlling the Sac State University. Let's just call it how it is. So China's not even—they're not even hiding it anymore. They're like basically looking at this. What you're gonna do about it? And most of us, nothing. So, what we got here? What about the Aurora? What's the Auroras looking like right now? Nope, nothing that's going to affect us. It's all up in Canada. So. Yeah, TikToks is interesting, but it's a lot of brain rot. Let's be honest about that, y'all. At least when I saw it and everything else, it's like, oh my god, I got a headache in about 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, I had a headache from it. Mohav, I would agree with that on immigration too. Not just the TikTok, but also immigration. It's like, this guy is really, yeah. So my coworker has still not returned to work. I haven't had no word on him yet. So hopefully I'll get something by this weekend, but it ain't looking too good. At least I'm not holding my breath for it. TikTok is for people that get their feeling hurts. No, see, you gotta understand, TikTok is controlled by China, right? So they're throwing all this shit to stir up controversy because they want us to collapse so they can take over the job. You know what's funny when you get... Oh my god. Bill collectors, bill collectors, bill collectors. It's like, believe me, I would love to pay you, but... yeah, I'll get you your money when I can. But yeah, the situation is that with the TikTok, it's just not... nah. And when it comes to other things, I mean, YouTube ain't too much better. Instagram is too racist. Why is that? Because the only thing I see on Instagram is fake. Fill in the blank. No. Racist funny means that's funny. Sometimes that's actually the entertaining ones. I'm just saying, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself. At least I can laugh at myself, especially when I look in the mirror every day. But yeah, let's see what we got here. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have really anything to talk about. What was that about? Somebody yelling in the other room. Yeah. What else we got going on here? Anything in trash news? Hmm. Oh, listen to this. This came in Fox News 3 hours ago. Listen to this headline. Woman missing for months found buried under piles of hoarded trash in her own home. God damn. God damn, that sucks. Wow. She was 73 years old. You want the film and laughing? Funny. Let's see. See if they got anything new in solid waste thing else. Trump signs resolutions killing California zero emission rules. Nothing about that. Textile recycling program moves forward across Michigan. Lawmakers consider landfill restrictions. Where are you going to put the trash? I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything new. Let's go to trash truck news. See if there's any new trash trucks they got out there, because you know they're doing everything else. What if Column 1, World War III? Well, it's World War III anyway, so take it big. There's a trash truck fire in Aldale. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Trash truck flips over on US 224. I don't know where this is at. Hold on real quick. Ohio freeway, so the trash truck did flip over. That was 2 days ago. Ooh, Heil. What we got, Heil? What you got? We got a nice little front loader, a rev amp. So they got them in Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, and Washington. They're very nice. And also Utah, New England. Nice. They're really featuring their rev amp electric vehicle. Third Eye expands Rev5 for residential waste applications, further including connecting their fleet to their customers while keeping operations connected to their trucks. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I gotta read this article. Hold on. So, Third Eye. That's a camera system. I have one in my truck. You got more freight. Nice. Those drivers are going to be living luxury. And they got a Python arm. Oh my god. I'll say a prayer for them. I'm not a big fan of Python arms. I'm sorry. I've been They're cool. Don't get it wrong. Watching them, they're cool. But driving them, they suck. At least the ones I've been dealing with. That I dealt with. Alright. Carolina environmental features. Dealer on social media. We're going to Heil. Heil has a Mac Corrado. Dealer news. What do we got in the dealer market? Oh. Okay, that's definitely a Republic truck. Mac Heil. Yep. Imagine driving the Henderson Red Python. Oh, that is such... Yeah. That is a problem. What? They still got the Command SST on? We decided to donate the the Heil Command SST automated side loader third eye camera system to the Environmental Research and Education annual auction this year. They're auctioning it off? May 11th, so it's already happened the way it says. Command SST on. So we have the Ram Pack, Dual Pack Python, Dual Pack Rapid Rail, which those are okay trucks. Dual Rapid Rail, and then we also have the Liberty. And this is what they got a Mac body on. They got the Mac bodies on the Revamp and the Python, but then they got a Peterbilt on the Dual Pack, and then they got a auto car on the Liberty, and then the Rapid Rail has looks like a Freightliner truck. Cool, but nothing that really incites my interest. Yeah, they got a Freightliner in their Economic SD on their website though. It looks pretty cool. But I'm not seeing anything on Howe's website that really piques me. And explosion. Let's see if Peterbilt got something new, or McNeilus. Let's see if McNeilus is like showcasing anything new here. Alright, let's check out side loaders. So we have the Zero Radius, which is the ZR. No, they're not micromanagement the camera. It's not too much. But the tablets, yeah, we have an automated manual, and then we have an auto reach. So they're still producing auto reaches. They still have it on their website here. So let's see, side loader. And it comes in different formats, obviously. I still think the ZR is their best one, but this manual automated one is not that bad of an idea either, though. Yeah. Especially like you're doing, that would be good for leaf season, for like extra bags. Southwest on Monday, we got a new Mac ZR again. Games and fan is easily my favorite fan from the ZR since other. Nice. Ernest. Yeah, Ernest, we've been on stream an hour ago because we came on with a story. I know was narrating a story that I wrote. You could watch that earlier in the stream. So there was a debate this afternoon between me and a couple others about whether the auto reaches were a dying breed. And apparently not. Apparently they're still offering it. What the hell was that? They got a Blue Angels jet, but they got some type of cab that I'm not familiar with. Hold on, y'all. I want to bring this up to you guys because I want you to see this. No, I want that. 1 second, guys. I'm about to bring this image up on the screen. This is from their website, and I'm using this on free use for looking only. Where is it? There it is. Check this out. What the hell is this? I do not know what this cab design is. Does anybody know what this cab design is? Yeah, I am not familiar with this design. No, it's not an auto car. That does not look like an auto car. It looks like something else altogether. But, yeah. See, the manual side motors are pretty cool. Yeah. So, the ZR is okay, but what about... So let's go see if New Way or... We'll check out Labrie. Let's check out Labrie. See if Labrie has anything new to sell. anything out there. No, we're looking for. We're just shopping, bro. We're just shopping. All right, we got the Prudent Packer, automated residential organic, recycling, view details. Let's take a look at it, bro. This is basically a ZR arm. This is a goddamn ripoff of a ZR arm. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring this up to you to take a look at this. Tell me this is not a ripoff of a ZR arm. This is literally a. It looks like a ZR arm. Tell me if I'm lying. Like, come on, Labrie. You gotta jack somebody else's stuff like you did New Way? Oh, brother. Let's see. What else? What else they got? So that's a new product. Atomizer, full eject. Atomizer right hand. Atomizer helping hand. Atomizer alley hand. Expert helping hand. Top set. Mini max helping hand. What's the top set? Wow. They actually still sell these. Yeah. Cool. I haven't seen one of those in ages, but it still does. What's this one? Full eject. Yeah, we're familiar with that. Alright. The right hand. Yep. Familiar with that one. RNS, I actually prefer the tip to dump because the full eject just gets in the damn way. Because when you tilt it, at least it actually goes pretty good. Alright, Labrie, you're off the chain. Now let's check out New Way. Now I'm curious about who's jacking other people's stuff. Let's see what we got here. We want sideload. Okay, we have a typical sidewinders, yeah. Yeah, nothing of. We got the Wolverine, the Sidewinder, Rotopack. So that's what they were testing out. Okay. Seen that with County. Those are actually not that bad. So yeah, New Way's off the hook. Yeah, that's just funny that the fact that they would actually do that though. So we looked at Heil, we looked at let's see, we looked at Heil, we looked at McNillis. Who's another manufacturer that we should look at? Yeah, I believe they bought him out because they had a vehicle just like that, RNS. MRAP? Yeah, let's look at MRAP, see what they're selling. Alright. Oh, the beautiful faithful. Side loaders. They got the mini. And then they got the standard. Okay. So we have again, these are so this is their standard truck. I'm bringing it up for you guys right now. I can find it in the file. There it is. So this is their standard truck. I wonder if I can shrink it. There we go. So this is their basic truck now. That's all that's on their website. And then we have the little mini one as well. Yep. And this is I'll bring you guys the other one real quick. And this is their other one. Right here. That's all I got. So I guess MRAP's no longer going forward with that. What do we got for front loaders? Yeah, they only got the one standard front loader. Same thing with the rear. Yeah, I don't think these guys are going to be in business much longer. They haven't got that much product left. I mean, let's be honest, the garbage industry is pretty bad. Right? That's on the pick. Well, was from their advertisement, so I mean, I can't say anything else on them. So. Freightliner garbage trucks. Let's see what they got. FP Freightliner trucks. We have the rear axle. Dumpsters. Yeah. So Freightliner has the M2 models, and then obviously the Econoc SDs are a big ticket item right now. Yeah. Honestly, right now the two biggest manufacturers that I see in our area are McNillis, New Way, and Heil. Those are the three vehicles that I see in quantity. Obviously, Republic. I think Republic is a part of McNillis or something because we have basically almost all McNillis equipment now, or we're going that way at least. It seems like. Condors. Yeah, I've never driven a Condor, but yeah. There's two. The city had two Condors that they decommissioned recently. I think they're still in good condition, so they're new ways. So we'll have to see what they do with them. Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting stuff though. I mean, let's see. Well, I mean, when it comes to these different ones, I think Heil has the most diverse. Let me see. Let's bring up Heil again. Let's look at the bodies. We're gonna look at side loader. So obviously we have. So this is their options, right? For Heil, you have the revamp electric, dual pack Python, dual pack Rapid Rail, the Liberty, and then the standard issue Rapid Rail. So that's 5 different models that they offer. And obviously, so now we're gonna go to McNillis and see what they have again. We're gonna count what they're offering. So McNillis on the side loader compartment is also, what are they offering? They have 3 different models. They have the ZR, the Auto Reach, and then the manual automated. So it looks like Heil might be the most diverse one. So the MRAP only had the 1. And then we obviously had the New Way. Let's check them out again. New Way for variety at least. And we're going to go side loader as well. So New Way also has 3 models: the Sidewinder, Rotopack, and Wolverine. Wolverine being their mini truck, basically. And then let's go back to Labrie. Let's see how Labrie had these side loaders down. Wow. Labrie has an option. So we have basically the knockout version of a ZR, which is ideal for solid or organic waste collection. Okay, touche. Full atomizer, full ejection. Honestly, when the tip to dump truck is not an option. Okay. Atomizer right hand. That's the one I drove. Then we have an atomizer helping hand, which is basically the same thing. Then we have an atomizer alley hand, which is, again, it looks like a ZR, except with a lifting body. Yeah. With the 12-foot reach span, though, I think we got a better version than a ZR. Like, take a look at this. I'm going to bring it up right now. Alright. So, what you see here, I mean, this is it has a 12, according to the report, it says the arm is the premier side loader in the industry, the strongest zero kick out arm solution, has a 12-foot reach span and a max weight lift of 550 pounds. And this is actually a pretty, and it has the basically the standard Labrie dumping system and everything else. This is the perfect truck. I'm gonna be honest right here. I think this might be the perfect truck. Yeah, but I mean, I think this, again, if you put the Labrie body and you put a ZR arm on it, and it has a 12-foot reach span and everything else, it probably would be the best truck for what I do with the green waste and everything else. So that is just my theory on that. Again, obviously everybody's welcome to disagree with me. Let's get that off the list. So that is an interesting one. So we have the what the hell is this? Okay. Someone want to explain to me exactly how the hell you're supposed to dump this? I'll bring it up right now. The hell is this? Yeah, well, the one in the ZR is very tiny too, the RNS, so it's not no different. But can anybody explain to me exactly how the hell this works? What's the name of this? Expert Helping Hand. Labrie. I'm gonna have to YouTube this. This. Hate those sterile boxes super slow. Yeah. Used for manual, semi-auto, or fully auto collection. That's what it says. So the breed does have good trucks, I guess. And then we have the... I mean, we can't forget about the classic right here. Bring this one up for you guys. You guys are going to love this one. The fact they're still selling this one is beyond amazing to me. This one's amazing that they're still selling this. The fact that they're still selling this one is amazing to me. Garland, Cybertruck, or F-150. So, I'll take the Cybertruck. Because, why not? It looks stupid. So yeah. That is interesting. Garbage trucks of Carlson. What's up? I'm back. What's up? Everybody say what's up to Carlson. So Labrie has side loaders, and they're all. Honestly, Labrie is on that list too. We got Heil, Labrie. Then there's McNillis and New Ways, and then MRAP brings up the rear. So, okay, we got Heil and Labrie. Okay, got a question for you. Heil dual pack wrapper rail or Labrie atomizer? No, nobody wants to answer that. Damn, I see how it is. Dual pack, okay, Garland. Yeah, I find it rather interesting seeing these different trucks. Yeah, honestly, the only one that I see. What the hell was I gonna say? I got distracted reading the chat. The only ones that when it comes to Heil, I think the dual pack wrapper rail is probably the best out of the Heil. I mean, the standard wrapper rail is okay too. Python, I mean, like I said, it's cool to watch, but the Python arm is really janky, and the Command SST arm is also janky. That's why it was deconditioned. Show the Heil revamp. Well, let me see if I can bring it up. Automated front load. They got Corrado cans too. Nice. Hold on, I'm bringing that up for you. There you go. I think that should be standard issue. The 12-foot reach span needs to be the 12-foot reach span on all vehicles, personally. But yeah, that's also that's an okay one too. I mean, the electric trucks still got a long ways to go, in my opinion. Like the versatile McNilla ZRs that we're using, those still got a long way to go. Probably in like 5 to 10 years, once they get this production really good going, and they get through all the growing pains, these electric trucks are gonna be good. Moab County, yes, go bug them again. You bug them again and again, be persistent. Every time they're hiring, you apply. Eventually, they'll get tired and they'll hire you. At least so I'm told. You saw them put a diesel with an electric body. Southwest, what do you mean by that? Yeah. Yeah, well, RNS, I think Republic and McNillis are merging, but don't quote me on that. But I've seen some of our guys working with McNillis, so on corporate level, so I don't know exactly. Like one of the guys that runs the booth, the ball-headed guy that ran the booth at Waste Expo this year, was one of our guys in all the safety videos, so, and he's part of our company, or was, unless he went to McNillis. Again, that's a possibility. But yeah, and hold on. Who's the next question? Mac, if a garbage truck has a diesel chassis and electric body, is the truck powered by diesel or electric? Garland, good question. I'll have to talk to a mechanic about that. The body is, so it's a diesel electric. Okay, okay, I get it now. So it's a diesel electric truck. So the body and everything else is an electric. Is okay, I get it. So basically, it's like a locomotive. So for when the Union Pacific or BNSF, one of the major rail haulers, or CFX, Norfolk Southern, they all use diesel electric locomotives. So they use diesel engines to generate the power to use the electric to generate the traction motors, the electrical traction motors. That sounds like the same thing as they're using the diesel engine to use to the electrical um, hydraulic system, or wherever it's called now, but the electrical system to power it. So that's still, I would call that a diesel electric truck. Is the best way I would describe that, I guess. South Carson depends on the state. Some states will allow you to. I would look into your local laws regarding that, because I know a driver that was 19 or 20 years, yeah, 19 or 20, working for us years ago. RNS, what do you mean that you need to change the body every day? I thought trash day was an every year day in Brazil. Hmm. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, RNS. One diesel engine can't keep an energy system charged. You know, the locomotives have like 5 or 6 diesel engines in them. You should look at my video. I'll look at it on Saturday when I have time. They use the baskets. That's funny. Yeah. Let's see what happened here. Hmm. Yeah, it's talking about it. Dual pack wrapper rail for commercial and residential service. Yeah, one of my coworkers drives one of these actually for Citrus Heights dual packs. So I do recommend you guys check him out. I think he's on TikTok. You'll find him. Cool. Alright, what else we got here? Artist, Rob was okay. Nothing really to go on. Any electric truck do recycling? As of right now, no. All electric trucks, for the exception of one, are on trash. The other one's on green waste out here. So yeah. Other than that, what else we got going on? Well, nothing to really. You know, these damn emails think I'm stupid. You know, I'm gonna say something right now. If you're gonna bullshit me, at least try to do it from an email that actually represents the bullshit you're sending me. Don't send me something about car insurance and it says at gbigdaddy.com email. Like, for real, homie? You gotta do better than that. You're trying to scam me. I'm just saying. Oh, shit. You're gonna get a lot of views, alright. And Republic Corporate's gonna see that too, and they're gonna get on that fool's ass. But you know what? Serves him right. Put it on there. Serves his ass right. Driving like that. And I'm pretty sure the State Patrol's gonna see him too and probably be wanting to ask him a few questions. Matt, what happens if you don't honk before backing up? Well, generally speaking, that's a violation of policy, and it depends on what exactly you're doing. So, generally, so Republic has a policy of 0, 3, 2, 1 when it comes to backing. 0 is you think, do I need to back in the situation? 3 is you wait, you put it in reverse, put 3 beeps to the backup alarm. You honk the horn twice. That's the 2, and then the 1 you'll take a look one more time before you can proceed safely. So that's the rules. However, some drivers don't do that. Because why? Because they're human, they're lazy, and just don't want to do it. Now, if you forget to do it and everything else, no big deal. No one's going to be on that part. But if you're a chronic problem, then you're going to get reprimanded from your supervisor. And being that you're not following policy, you can end up getting in trouble and receiving a write-up for it. So, long answer, but that's basically what could happen. Now, obviously, when you see my videos, sometimes I forget to do it. I mean, we're human. But that's one thing I can say about Republic in comparison to Waste Management. Republic at least treats you like a human being. And it's not just like a number. I'll give you that. Moab County, warning if you're at Republic. Well, the warning is basically because, again, if they catch you doing it, you're basically going to get first thing is you're going to get your you're going to get it's going to be a lecture about it. You don't be doing that. You need to follow procedure. Again, and usually that's as far as it goes unless there's a chronic issue. A chronic issue then results in a write-up and then could lead up to suspension. You know, Waste Management, on the other hand, doesn't care about the verbal communication, does not care about a write up. They will suspend you and write you up for basically anything. That's who they are. Again, it's all about safety. Let's be honest about it. This is a 10-ton vehicle, and you will basically kill somebody. There's a video that we watched at the beginning of this year of a Bay Area garbage truck. The driver didn't look backed up because a customer was like, "Oh, you forgot my can," and he got hella pissed off and went backwards, not realizing there was a kid on the scooter right behind him. The kid wasn't right behind him. The kid was like 10 to 15 feet from him, but he just gunned it in reverse, ran the kid over. The kid survived. That driver lost his job, and I don't know if the state patrol is going to pursue anything on it. And that's just what it is, though. But that's the reason why, though. These are big vehicles. They can injure somebody very easily. They can kill somebody very easily. That's why these rules are in place. Now, not everybody agrees with them. Some of the rules I think are a little more excessive than others, of course, yes. But I follow the rules. Why? Because you're paying me to follow the damn rules. Simple as that. And yeah, it was not a good thing. Yeah, we honked the horns too. Southwest. That's the two. So there's two things that we recite every morning in our safety, or basically our morning huddles in our job. Is 0, think. 3 beeps at the backup alarm. 2, honk your horn twice. 1, look one more time to make sure it's clear to proceed. Now there is, yeah, Moab, you are correct. Go around the block. They don't like you doing that. Don't go to the end of the street, stop and turn around and go down the other side of the street. Our trucks don't have horns from us. Yeah. Then you have so we follow the Smith system. They're the 5 keys. All good kids love milk. And aim high in steering is the all. Keep your eyes moving, that's the good. Or aim high in steering. Get the big picture, get the big picture. Keep your eyes moving is the K. L is leave yourself in out, and number 5 is to make sure they see you. We recite that every morning. And it's just all about being safe. Is a Mac and an all-car horn the same? No, not. There's a difference in pitch. Most drivers that do that out of pure, honestly, I just want to say pure laziness, because they don't want. I run my routes because originally when I started doing residential service, I had a Corrado can, so there was just, I couldn't stop and back up at the end of the street and turn around. It just wasn't feasible. And the Corrado can, so I was able to run everything. Most areas are laid out where you can turn around or go down the street and come down the other way or zigzag around. Now, however, on my county route, there is only a couple of areas where I have to back because of the type of road there. It's a dead-end road. But that's it. But that's maneuvering. That's not because I don't have to back all the way out. Now, in Citrus Heights, I had to do a lot of backing when I was up there, because that's how their routes are, and that's where the difference is. And yeah, again, you have to do it because they're dead-end streets, and the trucks are too big to be turning around at the end of the street. But one thing I can say, though, is I'm glad they're now using side loaders, even though they're using wrapper rail and dual pack wrapper rails, but they are better than what was originally going through there with the Corrado cans, with all the overhead wires, the trees. It was a mess. So I'm glad to see that they did that after Atlas took over the Rancho contract. Yeah. But you were not to turn around in intersections or anything else, and that's just because it's all safety. It's all about safety. Like I said, you're a 5 to 10 ton truck plus the weight of the load, so you can anywhere between 15 to 20 ton truck, generally speaking. And yeah, you have so it's just being safe. RNS, I would take a wrapper rail over the Corrado can in Elk Grove because the Corrado can just. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. What commodity am I doing? Am I doing recycle, trash, or green waste? Because I'll give you a better idea. I'm waiting for RNS to respond to that question. Recycle, I'll take the rapid rail. The Corrado can does do good in recycle, but the dumping mechanism just makes it you make a damn mess. Time to be evil and something to recycle. I actually don't care about recycle like that. It don't bother me none. The only problem is I don't have my truck doesn't have baskets to carry the oil, so I don't do it. How many cans can you dump before a crawl can? It depends on the what you're doing, but if it's like garbage, you can get about maybe 10 to 15, 20 cans, depending on how heavy the cans are. Assign it to Atlas and Athens. You know, Athens. Yeah, don't get me started on that company. Waste management, recycle. Oh, like I don't bash waste management. Like I get what they're trying to do, but they're just, like I said, they're just assholes about it though. And I ain't trying to bash them about it. That's just how they want to be about it. They're cutthroat about it because they're like, no, this is how you're supposed to do it, and you're not human. You know, you're a number to them. And it's like that's why you're struggling to maintain drivers, and that's why you're struggling with contracts. Republic the same way. Republic, it's a lot of them has, or most of them have the same problem. Is they tend to forget that the drivers are not machines. We're not just numbers on spreadsheets. We're human beings who have lives. Some of us have children. Some of us have other responsibilities. We try to be here to get paid, pay us decently, and we got no problem. But also be human. We have things that we can't control. A child being sick, somebody getting injured in a car accident, or God forbid if you get sick. I mean, this is a global corporate issue. It's like they forget how to be human. They get so stuck looking at numbers and spreadsheets. Like one thing I do appreciate about our GM is like he stopped in and had a conversation with me today, just out of the blue, and we just nothing. All I did was bring up a issue about the Peterbilt mirror, that the mirrors kind of have a blind spot, and that's about it. For garbage, honestly, the garbage and organics. Well, organics. I say the Corrado cans is better for organics because even though they suffocate the shit out of the radiator, but it's just better that way because it makes it easier to dump than the wrapper rail with its paddle wheel. It's sometimes like a lot of people like to put a bunch of stuff in they ain't supposed to put in there, like big ass logs, and it jams up the equipment. Trash, wrapper rail is perfectly fine for that. That's what the wrapper rail is actually designed for. Southwest, I'm not actually sure. Garland, a lot of the places have landscapers or someone that's paid to come and do it. So right now, during this time of year, I'm gonna average about 800 cans, 700 to 800 cans per day, on two loads that are only going to be about maybe 5 to 7 tons each. This is the light season, the summertime, so it's not too bad. In the leaf season, is all the leaves are falling down, especially in the older part of town. Well, and obviously a lot of these places have these landscapers that do this stuff. So every house has anywhere between 2 to 6 carts, and then out in the county on my Tuesday route, a lot of those homes have anywhere between 15 to 25 carts, depending on where they are. So, and they're very old trees too, like RNS is saying in the comments that. So that requires a lot more weight to be pushed down into it. So it's just a gross. The Sacramento area is known for the city of trees. There's just a lot of damn trees out here. So that's basically why green waste is so heavy, especially in the wintertime. So like when in the wintertime, I can run anywhere between 1,100 to 1,400 cans on 3 to 4 loads any given time. That's that's why I call Christmas. That's the Christmas bonus season. That's your bonus points. You get overtime. During the summertime, we get a little lull here to breathe and not have to worry about it so much. I've been wondering why Max and some CCRs in Australia should have those. Yeah, Southwest, I'm not really too sure about those. Why are the organic roots the largest if they're the heaviest? It's because they fluctuate so rapidly, RNS. So, we gotta understand something. Like, the city of Elk Grove is expanding, so we're taking up a lot more, so there's that too. We know a reroute is coming next year, and they're going to add some more routes. I don't know exactly what they're going to do. That's for them to decide. Now, the problem is the basic simple thing too now, is we are also in a contract year for Citrus Heights. So, reworking Elk Grove's routes is not on the important, and the important is the Citrus Heights contract, obviously, because we already lost one contract. We're not trying to lose another one, so they're focused on that. Again, management has to be management, and I understand that. So, but when it comes to the organic routes and everything else, the organic routes are just larger areas. But when you think about it, like right now, I picked up 800 cans and got finished before the trash driver. I was finished at 2 o'clock. But then next week, I could pick up 790 cans, but it would take me to 3:30. One is because it's a recycle week, and two, it's because they may do more yard work and the cans could be heavier, and I might have to break off earlier. Because there's some days where I can only get 250 cans to 300 cans on before I have to go dump, and it's already at max tonnage at 10 and a half. That's how much the truck holds. But then there are days where I could do I could do a whole route and still come in underweight. So those are two different. That's just the green waste dynamic. It's like rolling the dice on actually what it is. Sometimes we get uppercutted, and sometimes we get to just sit in the sun and bathe. Are more horse manure allowed? No. So, green waste out here is part of an organics program that gets reprocessed into fertilizer for people to come get and use it on their gardens and everything else. So so that's not a good look, horse manure. It's supposed to go in the trash, they said. What else we got here? Nope, nothing else. But yeah, that's basically the difference in green waste. And green waste in Citrus Heights is different than what's here in Elk Grove, is because they actually have bags, so they actually throw bags in the back. Moab, no. 2497 does not have a red dot. And it runs recycle. LA actually has carts dedicated to horse manure? Wow. That's surprising to me. So you can say that's a shit route. That's the shit route. Oh, God, that's funny. Where I live, the green waste comes first. Yeah, depending on how, because I run my routes. Personally, I run my routes trying to avoid running into the trash driver, and recycle driver, because they just get in the way. You're gonna tell them to remove my red dot Boy, I will skin you alive. Do not play with me. Do not touch my red dot. Imagine recycling after Christmas. Yeah, I don't have to. It's make your arm go slow, very slow too. Dude, you touch my truck, we fighting. I'm telling you right now. You touch my truck, we throwing hands. Nah. Everybody understand we just jawjawking. Don't get all offended. And go and reporting me and everything else and getting kicked off YouTube. That would suck. Not like I'm making any money doing this, but still. What else we got going on here? Yeah. That's funny, my wife. But, let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what we got today. I mean, anything... That was one time my cycle was done at 4:45 p.m. after Christmas. Yeah, one time during Green Waste, I didn't get done till 7 o'clock. And that was the whole crew. After Christmas. RNS, yeah. RNS, you're in Rancho, right? So that doesn't surprise me. I'm just a chill guy. RN, yeah, it was 7 p.m. that night. It was crazy. I picked up over 1,600 cans that day. Oh, you're in Elk Grove? Damn. I think you're on Junior's route. I got slow. On recycle. Garland, no, I'm not that cringe. I would not do something. Well, you're right, because I don't pay attention to you. Ah, Atlas. Who's that? Route 5. I think that's... I have to look at that. I think that's John's route. You get the new way that comes pick up your green waste? Oh. Yeah, that's Kenny's truck. 20... That's not, Kenny trucks. But, Kenny... It's another driver named Kenny. He actually works with me on Monday and part of Wednesday and Friday. Do I like my job? Yes, I love my job, actually. It's actually a really good job. I mean, it's just me inside the truck for the most part. I mean, there's obviously, you deal with people and reckless drivers, but I'm left alone for the most part to do my job. 2494, yeah. Yeah, I know that. That's a good friend of mine that drives that truck. He's good. Good guy. Works hard. His routes are big. $24.80. What was $24.80? We had, hold on, we had, the Corrados were from 76 to 79. $24.80 was 81. Hold on. I'm trying to think about 24.80. I don't think we do have a 24.80. 24.80 may have been a Corrado can. I know 73, 74, 78, 80. Wait, 2480. That was. Yeah, 2480 was Karate. It was on recycle in Citrus Heights, if I remember correctly. That it's no longer there. And it was I think it was an Autocar one. ACX Autocar, I think. My truck cost probably, I think, about 500,000 is how much that truck costs. They're not cheap. I think there's a video that I drove it once, yeah, and I think it was really pissing me off the day I drove it. Yeah. Oh no, I gotta. Let me go look at my page real quick. See what. There's always a Chris and a Mario in those groups. Alright. Is 87. Oh yeah, I'm trying to look stuff up here. Yeah, I definitely did drive a 2480. Yeah, it's a Karate. It is a Karate. So, actually, you know what? You guys want to watch an older video of mine? Because since I own the rights to it, I can show it. Yep, nice. Yes, girl in the house. Let's check out. Actually, let's go ahead and check out the first. Let's do that. All right. Let's watch a video together. Hold on. I'm going to. Again, this is my own video, so I can actually watch it with you guys. So, alright, let's check out the old school one. Alright, here we go. This is the second video that I've ever posted. So this is Karate 2471. It is not in our service anymore. They were decommissioned last year. This is when I was up in Citrus Heights. I had a camera mounted to the dash. As you can see, I'm doing greenways here. And this truck tries to kill me because it literally was so damn hot in that truck. So this is. If the audio is too loud on this video, please let me know. So, this is a McNillis, and I believe this was a 320 Peterbilt cab, if I remember correctly. can see, this was also in the light part of the season. You can see that not really much stuff is falling out. How about now? Is that better? The Nick Millis body was a standard front loader. Not exactly sure exactly what model it was, but it's a Corrado can, as you can see. You can see the bucket is getting full here, and I had some stuff getting stuck in this can. I should be dumping into the bucket right now. Yep, there we go. Elevator going up. Coming down. The engine though is really cool though. Garland, there's a switch on the button on the joystick that you press to activate the dump mechanism. So it's basically resi mode and front load mode. Well, yeah, this was when the camera I had was a very standard issued camera, so that's why. And it's obviously sitting on the dash, so you're not attached to me. Yeah, you can see how dirty the window's getting from all the dust. If I remember correctly, yeah, so we got a little more while. And you can see this, the arm is actually hanging out a little bit right here because that's how it gets stuck. But you gotta admit though, this is actually how close that little dump radius is, and that engine roar, just listening to that engine roar, guys. That was the one thing about this Peterbilt that was actually pretty good, is the engine noise. And if I remember correctly, my YouTube channel at this time was called Republic of Yard Waste. So as we see, this is as you guys see. Yeah, that was an issue we had back then, but that got resolved once it went to once a week service. Ooh, got a Christmas tree. See that though? Ate it, no problem. Yeah, RNS. That was. I was Republic of Yard Waste, and then I changed to Trashman 471, and then I changed to Trashman Matt Stories, and then I just dropped the story part and just Trashman Matt. Because you know we all gotta find our footing. You know that, right? I think this is my Tuesday. Was my Tuesday route out there? Yeah, I think it was because I'm heading towards a mobile home park, if I remember correctly. So what we're looking at right in front of us is actually the city of Roseville. So I bumped up right up against the city of Roseville right here. And y'all saw that car? That's the shit I'm talking about. How you gotta look over your left shoulder, because that's exactly what happened. So if I remember correctly, I'm gonna dump right here. I was packing the blade, if I remember correctly. Oh, that's the Corrado can. That's what that was. Because the way the Corrado can is built, I couldn't make that because of the way that person puts their can out. That is what it was. And you also notice I didn't use 0321 in this old video. This video is over 2 years old. So, corporate, if you're watching this, do not judge me on it. Because obviously I do not drive a Corrado can now. Disclaimer. So, yeah, this is up in Citrus Heights. This is the Tuesday route, Green Waste. I remember this area. This was my lightest route, actually, on up there in Citrus Heights, next to Friday. And as you can see, back then, I obviously this is another reason why filming yourself, you get to see mistakes you're making. Like right now, I'm seeing these maneuvers I'm making. I'm not using the same 0321. When I was filming this at the time, I probably thought I was. But as a I have to be honest about myself. And yeah, I had to show off there. So right now I'm doing a little bit maneuvering that I should have just tucked the bucket in, but I didn't. And again, not using the... Matt, did you remember I recommended a comment on your first video a few months ago? Garland, possibly. I don't have an immediate memory of that, so I'll see what that is. I haven't dumped the bucket yet. It's pretty full. I see your hands in the reflection. I have yet to see my hands in the reflection. Yeah, and a California roll too. God damn, I drove like an asshole back then, didn't I? So okay, now I think I'm gonna dump it right here. Have to, it's full. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, in the cab of this truck in the summertime, the ACs would give out, both the red dot and the other one. The red dot and the regular AC gave out, so the temperature, but the radiating heat from the engine compartment and also the Corrado can suffocating the radiator, the temperature in the cab reached 135 degrees, 140 degrees at a given time. There was times where I literally was wearing nothing but a vest because it was so damn hot. USA or Mexico? That's fine. We should watch the first video of Beach Truck. Alright, we will do that. We will definitely be looking at the first video, or at least some of the first video. Alright. So let's go ahead because it's 8 o'clock. We are short on time, but we will extend a little bit more for that. So let's go back. And here we go. We want the oldest. Oh, I forgot about this. See, this was so this is where the little MRAP mini actually services in this trailer park. I was sent to help them because they knew I knew the area. So this is a commercial route, not a residential route that I actually helped on, and I ended up filming on. I thought I'd share this with you guys first. This is a 6-minute video, so it's not much. And the fact that I'm using regular carts instead of, or the Republic actual carts, not city carts. The problem is with this Corrado can, I had a hard time keeping this windshield clean. Shit, all I see is a dirty ass windshield. Yes, Garland, I was doing organic waste on this route. Alright. Just wanted to show that to you guys real quick, I forgot about that one. So let's go back and let's find one. Alright. Let's scroll. Alright. Oh yeah, I was on recycle at one time too. I forgot about these things. You know, tomorrow's video, because tomorrow's going to be Friday, we're going to be watching a lot more of this. Videos. Oh. Back in Elk Grove with the Corrado can. And this is when we start doing POVs. For our second load, as you can see, we have been sent to Elk Grove. We're at Organics. I do not know what route I was running on this one. Actually, this is my route. This is before I was assigned to it. This is my Friday route. This is tomorrow's route. One of the gated communities I service. Actually using the horn this time. I forgot how good I was at this. Get out of here. Get. Oh yes, so you can actually see the red dot on the screen here. RNS. You can see it right there in the middle of the console, on top right there. And this is actually me using a GoPro for the first time, or around the first time. maneuver going on there. Alright. Okay, enough Corrado action. Let's find... And yeah, garbage... Garland, I will definitely check into that in a minute. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I did Trash in Elk Grove. I did right when we got the new tablet mounts. Definitely going to try to do this on Saturday, do another transfer look. Rado and so this is actually okay. This is the first time I used the. This is the first time I was using the wrapper rail in Citrus Heights. Good morning, everybody. As you can see, I'm in a rapid rail today. Now, why is that? And I'm up here in Citrus Heights and not in Elk Grove, so this is kind of an oddball day. Well, to be practically honest, we've had several trucks break down, and since my truck was working, the driver needed it, and Elk Grove had a spare, so I took it. That the red dot on the Corrado truck, that's where we're at. Busted, so it didn't work. I'll do the blowout hot air. Other than that, I'm still in Citrus Heights, and I'm doing organics. And look how much this truck is rocking. I want to show you guys a little look thing about the wrap rail. What it looks like inside the cab when we're doing this. That's how light the cab is, and it doesn't. It screws up your back after a while. The problem is too is there's still a. Out another video. Let me see. If I remember correctly, I don't use 2419 at all in these videos, do I? Hold on, we're going through to see if I can try to afford 2419. No. This is the only thing I got for 2019. Because I didn't use the GoPro. Whoops. Actually, let's go back to video. Yeah, it's just not a... I don't think I got any other good videos of it. Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, I didn't get any good videos of 2419. Just that little mini old dump right there. Hmm. So... Alright, let's go find, so we started with the wrapper rails, so yeah, these are all yeah, this is all when I first started my Elk Grove route. And then This is the Labrie that I was assigned. Mr. Diamond, the afternoon was great, no issues. Hello, everybody. As you can see, we're in a different truck today. This is now my new truck that I'm going to be having for some time. It is one of the Labrie rentals we are using. And obviously this is special. The Mack cab, the Mack truck's turning radius is not really that great, but it's not. Anyway, let me get past it. There we go. So again, the Mack Labrie's body turn radius sucks, in my opinion, but overall, the cab's pretty comfortable. It's pretty light. You got some leg room, everything else. The Labrie arm itself, 12-foot reach span. This is a pretty decent, solid roundabout truck that I was driving at this time. You must see Garnita split Labrie, yeah. And as you can see, it's pretty. Like I said, it was a pretty comfortable truck. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as. As you can see, the bouncing isn't as bad as the Autocar wrapper rail was. And as you see, this is the first time me actually using this, so it took me a minute to get to understand the controls of it. Even though it's the same controls as a Corrado can, but still, it's just took me a minute. Yeah. Ooh, almost a lid flip. So again, this is the Mack, I think it's LR 2500 Labrie is what this was. If I remember correctly. So let's go check out the next one that I would drive after that. I think I even have a video of a New Way in here at one point. The 520 New Way. Here. So Labrie broke down and I took the New Way out in the afternoon. I gotta find that video. Here we go. So this is the New Way. The New Way that we currently still have in our rental service right now. I used it this one day. I think this is a 520 Peterbilt as well. Don't quote me on that. That engine too. Satisfying lid flip. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the inside sounds pretty loud, but the outside doesn't sound loud at all. James, we're looking at older videos of mine. This is a video from about 2 years ago. This is on my channel. currently looking at the
Get that.
New Way. I think it was a Sidewinder. But I can see it's basically these mirrors are better though. Honestly, I think if we can get these mirrors attached to our 520 Peterbilt, it would actually be great. I think this would fix our problem. Because I did bring this up to the attention of our GM when I was sitting with him today. Yeah, I had to figure out the controls. Yeah, Jane, this is from 2 years ago. As you can see, this is a year ago. Plus fail at the end. So yeah, I drove the Labrie early on in the video, and I drove the New Way here. And there's a fail at the end of this video. Let's go find this fail. Okay, let's go on the other side. Forgot to close that. Okay, let's see. Yep, we're good. Let me see what's on. All clean. Before I close that up, I'm gonna put that back on there. This truck juice, so I guess when I open this, it shot out at me. See what I mean? Now that's raunchy. Nothing back there, so that makes it easier. Good job. Oh, that's what it was. See the stuff falling off the bit. Yuck. Let me say this is a clean job. Or a clean truck. So yeah, I splashed myself with trash. It was delicious trash juice. Alright. Hook. So let's go look at our next set. So that's the next one is the Econoc SD video. So as we find it. Oh yeah, we do have some Mac Labrie hopper. I gotta go through all these things again. So I had the windstorm damage a year ago. 2474. Oh yeah, that one, that video pissed me off. That truck pissed me off that day. Got some Helldiver videos. Back to, oh, it's an LR600. Okay. 2 launch hype videos. Okay. Tribute to the old truck. trying to find it. Oh. We got lots of this. Let's see. Hold on. We gotta come back to that. Wasn't the video I was looking for. These aren't the droids you're looking for. There it is, Roadside Comedy Show. What's up, guys? Trashman Matt here. Today's video is a two-parter. This is the part where I adopted itself as finishing up on an open route with my coworkers. No, we gotta watch this though. These knuckleheads right here. We just finished helping a route, so here we go. Contact the lead driver at the same time, so we had some time to have some fun.
A few moments later.
I'm done standing around, get some goddamn money.
Alright, we'll head in so you can get your overtime.
Yep. If I had baby routes like you guys, I'd be chugging standing around too all day.
Oh, come on.
What did he say?
I forgot I took out time to edit this video. Down and go to sleep for once. You actually did get your job done. Who was the first one done last week?
Who's that?
Yeah, that's FedEx. Damn, Harry, calm down. What the Grandpa, damn.
I don't care. I just don't want to have to slap a bitch.
I have reservations at the Sheldon Inn tonight.
Oh,
Oh.
What did he say? I'm gonna get me.
You a real piece of bitching at us that you can't spend $40 on the goddamn Dutch Bros, but you over here gonna eat a $100 steak.
Oh, damn. It still makes me laugh
I
now.
told that lady
Remember
me
this.
and Margarita wasn't there Saturday. I told that girl that gave us coffee this morning. She was there. She said, "Oh, hey, how you coming by yourself today?" I said, "No, I'm coming with my girlfriend. Just don't tell my wife."
God damn it, Harry.
Girl said, "Oh, which one's your wife? The little one?"
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Hey, can we go home now? Hey, you never told us to bring it in or anything. Can we go home now?
Yeah, come get the trucks. We're gonna Uber home.
I thought you'd be in the yard by now.
This mother.
You cock rocker.
I would be if you communicate better. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. The reason I made this video was to show... Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you the ASMR Trashman Matt, where we talk real soft and act like we know, like we're a really good YouTuber when we're just a trash driver that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Nah, Blaine. Oh, that made me laugh. I forgot about that one. Yeah, Garland, yeah, I'll check out his comment in a minute, Garland. So, alright, let's get down here. First video of the Econaut SD that I had. Hello guys, Trashman Matt. Welcome back to another video. Today is a special video. This is the first official day of me running this Freightliner. I think it's an Equinox SD is how you pronounce it. It is a basically
slow
it's
that
a
arm is.
bus garbage truck hybrid with a McNillis body and a ZR. And I have to say this is the best truck I've ever been in. Like, it is, you can see everywhere around you, and all the instruments and everything is awesome. There's a walkway through to get to the left door, and this is a right-hand drive only one, and it's a very spacious cab, comfortable cab. It rides good with the air ride expansion like a bus, basically air bellows, and yeah, it is a very good truck. And without further ado, hope you enjoy the video.
Thank you, Mr. Trashman. Let's go live with play-by-play. Harness, yeah, unfortunately it is. I miss this truck, actually. It was very comfortable. But there was a bitch to get parts, though, because it was so brand new. And the part too is just being able to see all around you in this truck. I mean, look, you can see everything. There's no blind spots. The mirror was good. I mean, look at all the space in the mirror. You look at the top mirror right there. Look, I can see all the way up to the driveway in the mirror. I forgot how good the mirrors were on this truck too. Yeah, it does look too European, but I mean, you have to agree though about the spacious though. Yeah, RNS, you're right. You know, see everything. Like I said, that truck was comfortable too. Very comfortable. I can't recommend that truck enough. I mean, to people that order. I mean, get it with a what you call it? Get it with like a, the CR arm is good, but get it like a New Way or Labrie arm with that thing, and I think it'd be good. Now, hold on, we gotta look at this comment. What is it?
Excuse me.
Really? We'll give him a heart. Unfortunately, I didn't film any Southwest with the MRAP. I was using the MRAP long before I started filming, so unfortunately, I don't have any video of that truck. Oh yeah, this is when I was using CapCut editing before the whole thing happened. We're finding new ways to make fun of you. Shut up, RNS. And then we have we go from hold on. This is about the time that I started driving the... Yeah. So that's, yep, and then we obviously have the truck I'm in now. So that's where we're at. We love to make fun of you, Matt. That's fine. I have no problem with that. I mean, I'm a garbage truck driver. We make fun of each other all the time. Come on, y'all saw the video with us roasting each other like it was a thing to do. You know what? To close out this live stream... Let's go. Alright. To finish this up, we're going to watch this one to close it out. This Call of Duty craziness. Let's see what happens here.
discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I brought everybody with me too.
Hey, we just dog these dudes out like that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can dog some dudes out right now,
Bad, like bad.
These are all my coworkers, by the way, in this video right here. Hey, we literally did. All three of us were 1, 2, and 3. And we were kicking the shit out of them.
Well, you know what I said to that? Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, just saying. Meow, 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 meow.
Okay, we have way too much fun right now.
This is silly.
Oh, Christmas Eve is a good one.
This was on Christmas Eve, and this battle.
Too many cherries.
This was on Christmas Eve,
Feeling good.
and we were all having a good time because obviously Republic doesn't operate on Christmas Day, so we were just enjoying the good time with each other on this game. And this is before all the weird shit started happening to the
That
game.
eggnog is kicking in.
Eggnog.
Smoking a candy cane right now.
I gotta roll one.
Hardcore team deathmatch. The leader
Shit. Shit.
Spawn flip.
Do I wish I had more holidays up on this? No, not really.
Hostile down.
Got it. Oh! Right in the side.
Oh, you're lucky I missed.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho! Archangel ready to use.
We spawn flip again?
Damn.
Yep.
That was a good shot. How much does your How much does your coworkers like gaming? Oh, a lot of them play games. A lot of them do.
Okay, going on. Camper.
Camper.
There's nothing for it, bro. Just put them in the
Damn.
Stay right there. Settle this up. He's in the spawn.
Requesting recon above.
I forgot how good we played on this round.
Ah! I didn't see him laying out there, little stupid bastard.
Using scout force.
I got him. I call that the grenade surprise.
50%. Check.
Yeah, this game was actually was fun. But yeah,
Priority testing. UAV exiting your
I didn't like that.
Ah!
Oh, look at our spawn.
They're in our spawn?
Yep,
yeah.
got him. He thought he was slick.
Moab, you still in the comments?
He flipped.
Garland, yeah. Saturdays is when I'll be posting POVs because I have chances to actually edit them and put them together. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's back there up above again on the back side of the window. Good shot, teammate. Thank you so much.
Oh!
Headshot.
In the hangar.
Heard me yawn. Should probably go to bed. Well, yeah, we're gonna finish this video first, then we're gonna go.
I saw that.
Yeah, I do. I do go to bed early. I'm old. I'm an old 30-year-old man.
13 and 8.
Just picking them off of their
Spot play.
spawn, bro. Let's go.
My boy fucking having a good one too. You hear him? How'd you miss?
Using scout boats.
How'd that guy miss me?
Oh, he's in the spawn? Backside?
Enemy CUAV inbound. Hostile UAV is
He's in the back.
Again, he missed again. Oh, get shot in the back.
Requesting recon above.
That man has to sneak behind him.
UAV commencing surveillance operation.
Hostile down.
He literally walked right out of the smoke, right into my line of fire.
Oh, he's up in the tower, bro. He's up in the fucking tower.
Scout pulse standing by. We're flying on fumes. UAV returning to base.
Got one.
Field upgrade neutral. Dropped him.
Still hiding in the damn corner. Garland, I haven't watched your video yet. I will watch your video tomorrow
Enemy grenade.
after work.
Hostile down.
These guys are making it too easy. Yeah.
He never stood a chance.
Longest podcast ever. Shut up, bud. Oh yeah, I had the.
Hostile down.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I had the game-winning kill cam too. Yeah, that was pretty fun to watch that play out. But now listen to this.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Too many fairies. That eggnog is kicking.
Now watch it go back to meeting up with the other members of the squad.
Bro. They were drinking the wine.
They drinking that good shit. That's why they weren't even playing. But to be fair, to be fair though, they were on the good shit though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bitches were drinking, bro.
Yeah, they were. There was a chick going meow 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 meow. Her name was Meow Kitty.
What the fuck? That's
Oh
weird.
shit!
Yeah,
It was
man.
quite entertaining.
I was like, wait
I
a
don't
minute,
believe
here
it. I
we
have to
go.
see it to believe it. I know, Matt. You gotta show us a video of this game. Like, I don't know
Damn.
what's
No
up.
respect. Thanks for watching, guys. Would I play GTA 6? Yes, I would play GTA 6. I would indeed play GTA 6. So, but, alright guys. So that would definitely do it for tonight's podcast and us watching some videos tomorrow. So, look over videos. If you guys want me to check out some of your videos live on the stream, I will definitely do that with your permission, of course, because I'm not copyrighting you. Do not copyright me. I will have to kick you for that. No. Alright, guys. I am Trashman Matt. Thanks for tuning in for today's episode. I'll catch y'all tomorrow again at probably 7 p.m. And